We're doing this video over here on my little, we call it a yoga mat. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm doing a whole lot of yoga over here, but we do some stretching and things like that. And what I like about this mat is I kind of, in the terms of trying to get the children into understanding, I made it sound like it's a wrestling mat. But the purpose of this is it's an area where you can stretch and you can lay out on the floor and not only physically is it a good thing to stretch and kind of roll around on the floor and get your lazy butt up off the sofa, but for me it's a place where I reflect. It's a place where I can be alone and I can be what some of you are going to call in my feelings. Men in particular like to use that phrase. They say, well, you're just in your feelings, Jason. You don't need to know your feelings. Nobody needs to know your feelings. Well, that's what's wrong with the world, okay? If you don't share your feelings with people, then nobody understands it. And so I'm over here to share my feelings with you guys. And so most of you know that, I had a divorce hearing on November 1st. And the whole divorce thing started back in June. And, I'll be real honest with you. I've got people in my life that have been divorced, and I've witnessed it firsthand, with my parents being divorced. And there's a fair amount of shock that comes along with it. And I don't know if the shock's different if you're the one that files for divorce or whatever the case may be, if you're on the other end that just kind of gets hit with it. I mean, let's be honest, we saw it coming. And I've had a lot of feelings to share about the divorce since it happened. And, when my Facebook was hacked on November 4th, it kind of took away that ability to share things, say, on Facebook. And during that time period, there was a pretty good base of support from friends and family. It was pretty cool. Some people that I hadn't even really communicated with a whole lot reached out to me and they were checking on me. And I was really working hard through, say, October, November to set up that support frame so I could navigate getting through the divorce. And everything was going pretty decent through November, and then I guess things just kind of unraveled in December. And I moved into my apartment on December 21st, and through the whole process you keep telling yourself, you say, you're going to get better. You're going to get better every day, and it's going to feel different every day. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know that it has. I don't know that it has up until this point. July and August and September were just really hard. It was the biggest shock I've ever gone through in my entire life. And then, I don't know, after the hearing, I felt like, the divorce, everything leading up to the divorce hearing is super stressful. And I feel like, being awarded 50-50 custody of my kids really alleviated some of that. But then came the next steps, right? What are we going to do now? How are we going to move forward? And, I think the next level of shock came whenever we started the visitation with the kids. So I get my kids 1 week on and 1 week off. And the way it works is, when I pick them up at 6 p.m., I have them for that next week until 6 p.m. the next Sunday. And on that week, Denise picks up has the kids from 4 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. And then on her week that she has custody of the children, I have them from 4 to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So here we are. We're going to navigate this, and we're going to do this. And it's a little strange at first, but you're happy. You're happy that's what you got. You're happy that you can be with your children at least half the time, because even in this state of turmoil, living in a home with your wife and 2 kids and knowing that things are bad, there's this level of uncertainties that you foresee moving on and progressing with your life. So here we are, and we're going to do it. So we start the visitation with the kids, and you think that you're going to, get into your apartment and, just be really happy. You've got new things and a new environment and things like that. Well, there's the challenges that come along with that. My challenge has been, first of all, it's wintertime, and work is different in the wintertime. You've got to navigate that every single year, and every single year that your business grows is different. Every single winter is different. And you've got those stresses. Those were the natural stresses that I've experienced for years as a business owner. And now we're adding to it. We're adding to it a divorce and a visitation schedule with your children. And I got into the apartment and I learned really quick. Of course, look, I just said at the beginning of the video, I said that I know people that have been divorced, and every single one of them says, Jason, it sucks. It sucks. It's awful the way the people in the divorce treat you. And for me, I'm not even an optimist. Really, let's be honest. I'm more of a pessimist than I am an optimist. I try to be optimistic all the time. And because with optimism, that's how people that are pessimistic, that's how they view things. You have to try to be like positive all the time. You have to try to say positive things and do positive things if you want to behave that way. And so I've been trying, but it just seems like everything will just smack you upside the head. You just turn your head for 2 seconds and you're getting beat upside the head with another 2x4. And the apartment sucks. I had people say, apartment life is not cool, you're going to hear things and stuff like that. Well, they're right, it sucks. It doesn't matter how fancy your apartment is or how much you pay for it, it sucks. So we're navigating that. Now we're navigating the apartment life and what it's like, and we're navigating divorce, and we're navigating what it's like to get through the wintertime as a business owner of a construction business. Here we are. So, kids are in school. Kids, they had their little winter break, and that was fine. And then they're back in school now, and they're fired up, and they've got sports, and they've got academics and things like that. And you're trying to parent. You got to parent a 9th grade child and a 6th grade child, and now you have to navigate discovering this new relationship with your ex-wife, and a divorce and a 50% custody. So we're working through that, and things have been super challenging. Not only am I not super happy in the apartment, but my kids aren't super happy when they come here because they have to leave their home and they have to leave their cat and the home that they've always known. And I did too. So the point of this message is that because I've had a conversation with my kids several times over the last few weeks, because things have gotten a little rocky over the last few weeks. And the message is that when you're going through a divorce, everyone involved in that, every family member and your children and your ex-wife, we're all going through the same thing. And that's what this mat is for. When you come to my home, feel free to kick off your shoes. And if you want to sit down Indian style on the mat, I'll sit down Indian style with you and we'll talk about our feelings. And if you don't want to talk about your feelings, we'll talk about mine. We'll talk about what it's like. We'll talk about how we're all in this together. Not only are times hard for me, but times are hard for my children and times are hard for my ex. And it's important for me to be able to share that message with them because that's what I've been trying to get through with my children whenever we talk is, hey, these times are tough and we are in it together. And the important thing with it, this positive message that I want to get through on this video is that we will suck it up. Okay, this military term, suck it up and drive on. We will suck it up and we will drive on. But we've got to do it at this, whatever expedited level that we possibly can. This is not a sit around and discuss how I'm going to do it on one level and you're going to get it done on another. We've got to get through it, and we got to get through it as fast as possible together at the same speed, okay? This is difficult. Divorce is difficult. For those of you that do reach out to me, understand that I'm the one, myself and my children and my ex-wife, we're all going through it, okay? And that I try to reach back out to you if I can, and I try to keep you informed if I can. But we're going to get through it. And the message to my ex-wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, whatever you want to call it, that's I'm having trouble like with the labels when you're talking to people. Like, what am I supposed to say right now? Like, this, it's not over. You know, what do you call it? But the message to her and my children is that we're all going through the exact same things. All of our feelings are the same. They might be different feelings for different reasons, but they are the exact same. And we'll get through it. And we'll just be positive. Come on over, sit on the rug. Let's do this. It's okay.